My fellow citizens and residents of St. Kitts and Nevis, I address you against the backdrop of 11 murders for the year so far and 2 in quick succession over a 24-hour period. There is understandable fear and consternation in our land. For many persons, these vicious crimes are too much to bear. This is a deplorable situation in which we find ourselves, and it is not good for us nor for our beloved country. Our safety and security are not assured, and this government is failing at its fundamental duty to keep our people safe. I extend heartfelt sympathies to the grieving families, friends, and loved ones. My heart bleeds for our country. Our government is out of its depth and is obviously too inept to get this criminal situation under control. Neither the Prime Minister and Minister of National Security, his cabinet, nor his advisers have a solution to the upsurge in murders in our country. Sadly, they, in their myopia and political vendetta, unwisely dismantled all of the bold, new, and effective initiatives introduced by our Team Unity government that had helped to significantly reduce the scourge of homicides in St. Kitts and Nevis to an all-time low. Such initiatives, like the Alternative Life Pathway Program, the Explorers Club, STEP, and the Poverty Alleviation Program, PAP, all helped in the transformation of many lives, giving them hope and a stake in their country. Our citizens knew that I, as their Prime Minister then, and the Team Unity government, cared for them and wished to empower them on a new path. Frankly speaking, I still care for the people of St. Kitts and Nevis, and I do love my country. And that is why I worked so very hard to reduce homicides in our small nation. The results of all our crime-fighting endeavors, plus a supportive social safety net program, were a real peace dividend for the entire nation. The end of the inter- and intra-gang rivalry and murders also provided for new pathways of engagement by at-risk youths and young males. It is given that the principal obligation of the government is to protect its people. The frequency of these daring murders, some in broad daylight and in public spaces, is an indisputable reminder of the abject failure of the due administration to keep our people and our country safe. It is sad that after 31 murders recorded in 2023, we have recorded 11 murders so far for the year. This is a frightening indication that none of us is safe. We walk the shame of being the murder capital of the world before. However, through strong leadership and the acceptance of accountability by our Team Unity government of its sacred duty to keep our people safe, we, by 2022, had reduced homicides to some of the lowest levels experienced in over a decade. This success in crime fighting did not come overnight, but by hard work and sacrifice by our stakeholders. It took innovation and brave policy actions reflected in the peace, the Explorers Club, the island-wide build-out of CCTV, forensic labs, reorganization, and support to law enforcement agencies, and targeted social safety nets to assist the vulnerable families and households in our society. Unfortunately, the government that has succeeded us forgot that government is indeed continuous. It unwisely dismantled the very effective structures that we had put in place to keep our people safe and secure. As we contemplate what is again our discreditable reputation as the murder capital of the world, it behoves us as citizens and residents to demand more, indeed much more, of our government. That is our right. The same old rhetoric we have been hearing for nigh on 20 months since their taking office is totally unacceptable, and if truth be told, it is hollow at the best. We have passed this point of media sound bites and press conferences and photo opportunities. We have passed the point of ridiculous, insensitive, and unfortunate statements by the so-called national security advisors. These positions and statements have not been helpful. We have passed the point of platitudes from government headquarters, which do nothing to prevent social instability, stop the bullets, end gang-related rivalry and hatred, ease the inconsolable grief of mothers, fathers, and other loved ones of the murder victims, and restore investor confidence in our country. What is required at this decisive moment in our nation's history is a compassionate government that is in tune with what is taking place in our country and the hearts and minds of our people. We need a government that understands that results-oriented solutions to our escalating murder rate are required with extreme urgency. We need a government that is mature, sensible, and focused primarily on keeping our citizens and residents safe, not some of the times, but at all times. We need a government that comprehends that it is not a time for social media warfare against their political opponents and those whom they have chosen to be their enemies. We need a government that realizes once and for all the need to buckle down and end the unessential globe-trotting trips. Their priority now should not be traveling, but to prevent our nation from going over the cliff of despair and catastrophe. To do otherwise would be to count St. Kitts and Nevis among the failed states of this present generation. We need action now. In the meantime, let us pray for all grieving families and communities and for our land of beauty. Let us demand and deserve results from our government now. My fellow citizens and residents, I thank you for your attention, and may God bless you and keep you safe.